Morning, everybody. This is Amy at the Crafty Cottage. Welcome, and I hope you have a good morning. We're here today. We're going to talk about something that's coming and will be available for everyone on November 2nd. It is available to demonstrators now, so if you wanted to join and sign up, then yes, you could order this as one of your parts of your kit. So that's the benefit of being a demonstrator, is you get to order early. You also get a discount. 20 to 25% when you first sign up. So anyway, besides all of that fun stuff, I wanted to show you what this was about and talk about it. So part of this will be available in the actual new mini catalog starting in January, because you know our little mini catalog that we have is ending in December. So there are things on there. If you want it, you better get it. So anyway, I wanted to talk about this, and I just wanted to show it to you. I got it early. I got it Wednesday, I believe. So yay. I'm going to play with it with you, and I'm going to show you the papers that come with the suite that are only available for a certain amount of time. So we'll go over all of that, and I'll let you know how much it is. So let me flip you over so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, this is the stamp set, Gardens Eden. And I love this quote. "My heart is tied to yours. Tug if you need anything." What a great sentiment for people who aren't feeling well and that kind of thing. Then it comes with, I haven't even put my dies down yet. It comes with all of these intricate dies, which we'll actually cut out some of those so you can see how detailed they are. This one would probably be really easy to create a wreath with. This one would be good for little sentiments, a wide sentiment across your card. And these are the different stamps that you get. We'll actually stamp these as well on a piece of paper just so you can see what they look like. And because I haven't used it at all, I just got it yesterday. I was going to do an unboxing for you, but I didn't get that much when I did my order. This is the designer series paper that comes with it. Now, this portion is going to be available in the new mini catalog. The dies and the stamps. That's the early release. It will be available in the new mini catalog. The rest of what I'm going to show you will not. There is also, in this stamp set, which I do not have, is Garden Gems. I did not order those. They were on back order, so I couldn't get them. But they're going to be little marquees. Well, here you can see the little image right here. Little marquees. These will be in soft succulent and cherry cobbler. So those are the sizes that will be available in November. So I'm going to show you this, which is the paper. It's very pretty. And I love it. I actually am not a big, huge fan of green, but my niece is. She's super happy about green. She loves green. It's one of her favorite colors. So we've got, this is the soft succulent with some gold in it, which is beautiful. The back side is this checkered little, almost evening evergreen. So it would be a great fold over. And it's the same. This is, again, soft succulent with that gold leafing in there. And the back side is the evening evergreen and a touch of soft succulent with it. If you want to see the pattern, there you go. Same. Here's another one. Again, the soft succulent, touches of the evening evergreen in this with the gold as well. And this is the back side. It's a soft succulent as well with a cute little pattern. And then we have a couple more sheets. This one, the gold is the dots. You see the dots in there? The little shiny, shimmery dots. There you go. And then we have the back, which is just an ombre. I'll lay this one down so you can see it. So we go soft succulent, very light, all the way into the evening evergreen. Pretty, but I'm not sure what I would use that for. If I was going to do a look like this, I'd probably do it with my own watercolors. Okay, and the last, nope, not the last sheet. This is another one. This is evening evergreen with lots of gold on it. So that would make a wow. And this would be a great masculine card. And then the back side is the evening evergreen and soft succulent again. It's the only three colors that's in this is evening evergreen, soft succulent, and gold. Touch white. So there you go. This is the last sheet. This is probably my favorite. And this one would probably be easy to recreate. You just take piece of cardstock and then lightly stamp some pictures, because if you see, it's got the watermarking. So you do a little Versamark on that, let it dry, and then come back with soft succulent and maybe some emboss or even some lifting color. Forget what they call that. Color remover. And then this is the back side, kind of like a textile design. So that's the paper that comes with it, which I love. I will do a project with the paper just for you to see how it works well. It also does really well with wreaths and those background pieces. Now this is called Ever Eden cotton paper. I wasn't so sure about this, but I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And I'm really hesitant to take it out of this wrapper because it's very, very thin. It's almost like a tissue paper, and I really don't want my adhesive piece here to be stuck on it because it will ruin the paper. And I haven't taken it out, but I also don't want to ruin it. So I'm not going to take it all the way out. We'll just slide it like this. Try to keep this back here. So, but you can see, it's very much like tissue paper. So we're going to use this. You get 5 sheets of each color. It's in the soft succulent and the evening evergreen. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our pieces out in this. It's like a tissue paper, but it's a little, to me, it's a little too expensive to use as tissue paper, but I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to. Alright, and I'm going to put this back. Hopefully I don't mess up my paper, because I'm only going to use 1 sheet of each for right now. And I don't think they really figured the whole... There we go. We got it back in. We didn't have anything stick. Yay! So there, we got that out of the way. So now let's take a piece of cardstock. Let's stamp these images. Let me find a blank piece of white. Nope, not the right. Here we go. Here's just a thin piece of cardstock. And since it is on our regular rubber stamps, we don't have to actually worry about having something underneath it. Now, the stamp set itself is $23. And the Eden dies are $35. If you combine the two, instead of it being, you'll get the 10% off. So you'll get it for $58 instead of, you'll get it for $52 instead of $58. And now the evening evergreen paper, because it's the foil and specialty, it will be $15. The cotton paper is $8. The gems are $7. And that's the whole suite. You can get the whole entire bundle for $82. And that's the suite. So I will post information more about how much it is and when you can purchase it when it's available to everyone. Like I said, if you become a demonstrator, you can go ahead and order it now. So we're going to take these stamps out and we're going to just stamp them and see what we get. So I'm going to put a few of these out. And they're pretty small for the most part. And we've got sentiments and everything, but we're going to have to be changing some of these out, so I'll just wait for those. I'm just going to go along the line, and let's see, what color do we want to use them in? I really would like to use more of a folly color theme, but I'm going with what we've got. We've got some evening evergreen and some soft succulent. So we're going to stamp in both. Just see what we got. I'm going to do the big one in the soft succulent because it looks like the big one has some beading to it. And let's just see what our images look like here. Pretty. I probably would like the foam underneath it a little more. It's soft and muted. Kind of makes me wonder if I don't have enough ink in my pad. I mean, look at how it does. Isn't that cool? So it gives you the dimensions by allowing it to pick up more ink in some spots than others. So there you go. That's the big one. Let me get my chamois, my well-loved and used and abused chamois, to clean this off so we can put it back. Because, you know, I like to keep my stamps clean. It keeps them organized and, you know, but we'll see. All right, this is one of the little pieces. Nice, pretty, very delicate. Okay, that one's all done. Let's try these other ones. I'm going to do these tiny pieces in the Evening Evergreen because, you know, they're just so delicate. I mean, these you could cut out and make a great wreath with. That would be easy to do. That'd be a lot of cutting, though. And we'll do some soft succulent for this leaf here. And again, when you're stamping, you just want to kind of let your stamp be in there, tap it a little. I mean, you could just let it sit there and it would get enough ink instead of just smushing it in there. And then when you set it down to do its stamped image, you just set it down and put firm pressure everywhere. You don't get all and mush it down because that doesn't make it happy. It just doesn't work that well. All right, and here's the last little tiny floral. It kind of reminds me of our the Forever Fern stamp set with all of the foliage kind of stuff going on. I think it will look really good mixed with that set as well. All right, we've stamped all of our images. So we've got this one here, this one over here, this one here, this one here, and finally the big one is right here. So there you go. Oh, and you can't see it all, so we'll go like that. That way you can see them all. And that's our stamps. So now we're going to do some sentiments. And I'm going to do those all in Evening Evergreen because I like sentiments to be loud and proud. I want you to be able to see what I'm saying. So we'll do this. And we're just going to stamp over here on the side. And the next one, that says hello there, which is a nice sentiment for, you know, someone you don't really know. Then we've got another little sentiment here. Sending hugs. Which a lot of people need hugs these days. With COVID running rampant for people, and I'm feeling like it's kind of over but not over. That makes sense. And this one says, dear friend, how are you? I have a few dear friends now that I'm away from Louisiana. I need to send that kind of thing to everybody because, you know, I miss all of them. And one more. And then after this one, we just have one more. Let's celebrate everything. And I stamped that super crooked. It's alright though, because this is just a practice. I can cut these out to make the shape work for me if I need to. And the last but not least is our long sentiment that we would probably use on the inside. But I always forget to do the inside. I leave the insides pretty blank for the most part. I'm going to put this down here like this. And it's crooked. I can already tell. My heart is tied to yours. Tug if you need anything. So there's what our stamps all do for this suite. Pretty, huh? I like it. I'm going to have to do some things so that you can see how to use this set. It really just kind of lends itself to just placing a few pieces and boom, you got a card. So let's put that aside. And let's play with these dies and see what we get. Let me clean this off. We don't need this anymore. Move this out of our way. I'm trying to get our dies here. Here we go. We've got our dies. We'll move our stamps out of the way. Of course, you can see some of my watercolor stuff that I had going on over here yesterday. I'm working on a watercolored image card, which will be really great. And these cannot go through our mini embossing machine, or I would just pull that up. So we're going to cut us some paper. Let's see. I'm just going to hand cut this so that we can do this. We can see what this looks like. This is not the right pair of scissors. Whew. And when Stampin' Up sends these tacked down, they are super tacked down. Let me tell you. Okay, we need that one to be that big. That's our biggest piece. So let's just cut some of this paper. Because I want to use it, but I don't want to waste it. Don't really want to rip it. Could have folded it. It would have been simple to fold and cut. There we go. Now we've got partial, so we can cut these out and see what we get. Now they're so thin, I'm actually going to try to cut both of these out at the same time. And we're going to use our big die first. And we're just going to put it in our little die cutting machine here. Whatever you have, I have the Stampin' Up emboss and cut, or whatever they call it. That's terrible that I don't know that. And I don't have to go through twice, I don't think. But I did just because of the way it's sitting. And let's pull it off and see what we get for this. Very nice. It gives you this pretty inside. So if you cut more than one, and all the more reason to have my pick tool with my little brush on it to get all of this out of here for me. And there we go. Now we've got our two delicate little pieces of cotton paper die cut. Look at that. How nice will they be layered to make a Christmas card or any kind of wreath? How pretty is that? I like those. Now let's do the other ones. I'm going to probably put more of these on than one. Okay. And I'm not going to reuse this because I keep a magnet inside my stamp case to put them on. So let's go ahead and cut the rest of these on this tissue paper and see what we get. I am going to cut this off because this will just be in the way. Okay. And we need this one and this one. There we go. There we go. Now we got enough room. I was thinking I wasn't going to have enough room to cut them all on there, but I do. It'll be close. All right, we need our other plate. And the other plate, where'd it go? Ah, here it is. Right behind it. Alright, now we've got them all cut out. I'm just going to bring the whole thing over to us so we can see what we got here. Because, you know, I haven't played with this at all. But I wanted you to see this tissue paper and how it works. Because it's so much better to use the tissue paper for die cutting than it would be for anything else. Unless you're going to do like a crinkled little technique like you do the tissue paper on your card. I'll have to do one of those so you guys can see what I'm talking. It's called a napkin card. But you would use the tissue paper. It's really cool. So here's these. So put it on the black so you guys can see that. Here we go. And then we've got our little sentiment banner here, which you could take this and put a little piece of white in the center of it and have this beautiful little flourish on the outside. And you've got all these little tiny leaves. You could stick those everywhere. It'd be kind of cool. So we have these. And then we have our, this one goes here to that. And then we have this one goes up with that one. Then we have this one. Let me move this out of the way. This little extra piece here. We have this little rounded piece that could be great around a sentiment or cut down and made a wreath out of. And we have the two of these, which you're looking mainly for this. But this is kind of cool, too. I mean, look at that extra piece. It's kind of different, you know. The only thing is one of these die cuts are so fragile. And I cut two at the same time, so oops, and I blew, and that didn't help. Thought it would help. Okay, there we go. There's one piece that's separating. That's the problem when you cut two together. They want to stay together. So then we have this. This nice little lacy piece to put around something. And then we have this little die cut thing here. I need my scissors for this to get this out. This is meant to go at the end of your cardstock. So you would put this at the very end of your cardstock to make an edge. And this would be your edge. And how pretty is that? And there would be your edge. So you would do this on a flat-ended piece of paper. So it would be straight. Or you could trim it, whichever would work for you. And that's that one. You move the scrap so you guys can see all of these pieces. And notice you get all of these little tiny guys. You could save those, use them for confetti. You could use them as little embellishments for your pieces. But you get all of this. You get this beautiful thing here. This is this one. Gorgeous, huh? And then, of course, this is the center of this, which could, again, like the other one, be a cool little odd little sentiment piece. Then we've got our little wreath here, which is this one, which comes out to be this one, with its center. And then we have our edge piece, which is this one, our edge piece. This is how detailed it comes out. How pretty is that? And then we have our little teeny tiny, where'd they go? Here they are. Here's one of them, our little teeny tiny leaves. And then, of course, we have our banner, which could be a sentiment. You could just go put a single strip of white in here and put a sentiment, or of another solid cardstock and just leave this to be the outside, and it would be great. So there are the dies that go with this. And put my ugly mug back on. So that is all of the dies and such that go with this bundle. I will make a card for you later today, and I will post a picture of it with this. And that way you guys can check out the bundle and see if it's something you're interested in. Again, you can get it now if you're a demonstrator. You can click my Join Now link and you could sign up and get it. If you want to wait, it'll be available November 2nd, the entire suite. Now, the only thing that will be carrying over in January will be the stamps and the dies. So if any of the paper or the cotton paper or the gemstones, the designer fold paper, all of that will only be available during the pre-order. So anyway, guys, I will see you Saturday. Y'all have a great day. Bye.